The disease that we work on is a particularly poignant one. It affects children and adults, but the children in particular who are affected by this disease, they develop these truly terrible, twisting, involuntary movements that sometimes are severe enough to even break bones. It's a really terrible disease to watch, to not be able to do anything about. And we feel that we have something that will fundamentally change the course of this disease.
So we're committed to doing this fast and as inexpensively as possible. We think we have a very unique way of doing this, a very unique path forward.
The Biomedical Innovation Program allowed us to jump over that valley of death and be able to really position ourselves to move this compound into humans quickly.
I'm Ted Hobbs. I'm the head of surgery at the Oregon National Primate Research Center, and that's why we are in front of a group of monkeys. My invention is a device that measures total circulating blood volume. Blood volume is a very critical clinical parameter that's rarely, if ever, measured in clinical practices because it's a very difficult thing to assess, if you can imagine. And so this helps clinicians to guide therapy, especially triage sort of situations. We had an idea that was literally sketched out on a napkin. We were looking for a way to kind of give it wings, and I read up on some of the options that we had, and the Biomedical Innovations Program was local and easy and an excellent source of funding as well as advice to get this off the ground. The Biomedical Innovations Program gives you some funding, some seed money, just to get your idea going, because you do need, some equipment and some professional time to put things together to make a prototype. But more importantly, I think it gives you a lot of professional advice as far as how to set up a startup company, how to work through the FDA, how to do IP protections and things like that, which are completely outside of my domain of things that I know about. And so it was enormously helpful and still remains enormously helpful as we go forward.
Patients with prostate cancer right now are faced with a diagnostic test that's not ideal. They can either have a standard 12-needle biopsy taken of the prostate transrectally, which we know has a lot of inaccuracies, or they can have an MRI first, which we know improves the diagnostic accuracy, but requires 2 procedures. So we've come up with a device that allows the MRI and the biopsy to be done simultaneously and provides a much greater and more convenient experience for the patient. The way that the Biomedical Innovation Program has helped me is really twofold. First of all, the initial injection of funds really helped us get our device up and going as an early development project and helped us get to the point of a small startup company. Since we got that initial $40,000 award from the BIP, we've gone on to get an additional $70,000 in funding from ONAMI, and just last month an additional $120,000 from the Murdoch Foundation. And I don't think we would have got any of that without that initial, as I say, help from BIP. The second thing the program has done for me as somebody who is a complete novice in the world of business and startup technology around biomedical devices, they've really helped me and put me in touch with a lot of people to advise on the business end of it and the commercialization. And that's something I've really appreciated.